Hi Libra, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a timeless tarot and oracle reading for you, asking what's coming towards you whenever you see this. That's when you're meant to find it. If you'd like for me to pray for you, if you'd like other Libras and cross watchers to send you their good energy, say hi in the comments section or leave an emoji, whatever you're comfortable with. And that gives us something that we can focus on that represents your energy in a unique way. We're going to get a few oracle cards out and then we're going to see what's coming towards you with tarot. If you guys enjoy this reading, if you enjoy this channel, please help me make you my day job by hitting the like button, subscribing, hyping. I appreciate you. All right. One more oracle card. Here it is. We'll start with that. When you fuel your body with healthy, organic diet, and I know it's very specific. I'm going to expand on this. You increase your energies and ability to focus. This automatically leads to more efficiency, better ideas, and a higher vibration, which attracts golden opportunities and beneficial relationships, the domino effect. So when it says, when you fuel your body with a healthy organic diet, it's talking about your fuel in general. So it doesn't have to be literal food. It can be your influences, the music you listen to, the movies you're watching, the energy that's coming into you, because we're conduits, right? So we're influenced by the energies around us and even the food that we put in our bodies. Just all moves through us, right? But then our actions and our moods and all that can be affected by it. So our next message is, hold the highest vision for your life, Libra. You now possess the ability to move past any hurdles. Nice. And then we have new opportunities and choices are opening to you now. Claim them. And so what is key while you're claiming them, what is key while you're moving past hurdles is making sure that you are fueling your body with positivity, basically, right? All right, let's get right into it. What's coming towards my Libras? What's coming towards my Libras? Please make it clear. Only taking the cards that fly for you. Let's do that. If they fly in reverse or on their sides, we read them that way. So we have two that kind of clunkily came out of the deck. That's the Empress and the Four of Pentacles. We've got the Four of Swords. And towards my Libra. Very particular about which card it wants. No wonder it's the Hierophant. We have the Hierophant out here. Major Arcana. Four of Wands. Bear with me just a moment while I get a few more out. I want to be thorough with you. You're weighing options, it seems, in your reading. And it's about what you commit to. Ace of Cups. You're trying to be very realistic as well. Four of Wands. This does seem to be going towards commitment in a relationship. This might be something very new coming in with the Ace of Cups. Stability is huge. You are drawing in towards you the King of Pentacles. Somebody who is good with their money, stable. Puts their money where their mouth is, reliable. And then we've got the King of Wands. Wow. Okay. So interesting. We start with kind of withholding energy. The Empress card is totally the opposite of withholding. It is abundant. It's attractive. This is fertile energy even. She's represented by a pregnant, beautiful woman seated here. And that pregnancy is there to symbolize something, such great potential, we'll just say. It's a very attractive card. And it seems that this is a relationship reading and how you're going to commit and who you're going to commit to. The Empress draws to her or him. It's not connected to gender. effortlessly attracts energy, okay? But what you got out coming, can't talk, why am I saying these words? What came out with the Empress is the Four of Pentacles, which is kind of putting a reserved energy on it. So it's saying, yeah, I know I'm all that and a bag of chips, but this far and no further. I will choose who I open up to. Okay? So it's a very discerning energy. It's like you can turn it on and turn it off, that feeling. It seems here that you are in your thoughts and you're pulling your energy in to make a decision. And it is whether or not to leave something. But there's a stalemate. It's like you're undecided about this. You may be juggling it back around and around. And with a Hangman card upside down, it does suggest that it's just kind of like, almost like a broken record, going back and forth, going back and forth. That's why you've pulled your energy in, is to make your mind up, most likely about somebody. And I say that because we have the Hierophant out here with your energy, the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Cups. This is how you're going to commit to a relationship coming in. It seems somebody wants to offer you their cup. And this could be somebody brand new who has the feels for you, or it could be a friendship. It's going to be different for all of you guys, but because it came out with a very heavy card, and not heavy in a bad way, but the Hierophant is not messing around. It's how we commit ourselves to our beliefs. So it can be a religious, it can rule over religious institutions. It can rule over the institution of marriage. And you're trying to be very realistic going forward with this love offer coming in. I apologize. I am just bumbling. I don't know why I can't connect with my language. Maybe you're going through something similar. I can't connect with my words. It's all up here. It's just clunky on the way out. Here again, we have a theme of stability. The Four of Wands to the Lover's card. You are going to be very particular in who you let close to you. They kind of got to check the boxes as far as financially stable and reliable. You want somebody who is solid, but you're drawing two energies towards you. This is why you may be in decision-making mode, because we've got two very attractive individuals. One is very enthusiastic, at the top of their game as far as like, they can be an entrepreneur. They could think outside the box and really have great sway on people, be very influential. They could be extroverted and charismatic. This is somebody who really enjoys those sensations of sparked energy and inspiration and enthusiasm. That's the King of Wands for you. They can be very attractive. And then we've got the King of Pentacles, and that's that energy of reliability. They could be kind of slower to make decisions. Maybe they have a little bit more of a practical process than the King of Wands. This could be an earth sign versus a fire sign. But they're two kings. And so that suggests they are mature, they're developed, like they know who they are and they fully embrace who they are. And what you see is what you get with these two individuals. I feel like a lot of you Libras are choosing a lover. I think you are. And this is really positive and powerful energy. I want to get some more cards out on these individuals. I like that you're being discerning. I like that you're being very serious because you're looking at commitment. Some of you guys might be like, the next person I date, I'm going to marry. You know, I want to marry my wife or my husband. Or excuse me, I want to date my wife or my husband. Tell me more about this King of Pentacles. Oh yeah, they would be loaded. They're financially fine. 10 of Pentacles. They might even have some inheritance waiting for them. They're in it for the long haul. They want to build. Let's find out about the King of Wands, this enthusiastic king. Tell me about the King of Wands. Okay, so the King of Wands is beginning something, maybe a new job or a new career. They're hard at work. They're very dedicated. They'll probably be very successful, but they are not as developed in their stability as the King of Pentacles. However, what they lack maybe in experience, they make up for in enthusiasm and drive. The Eight of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles. That's why I'm saying that. Let's get a little bit more information on that, King. I'm feeling it. This, the King of Wands, and they might hide this from you because nobody really wants to show their cards in this way at the beginning. We always want to make good impressions on each other. But they have had a little bit of, they've gone through it. They've had a failure, what they would deem a failure. And this feels like it was in the past. And that's why they're starting over. That's why they're very dedicated and they're focused on work. They really want to be a success. This is somebody who's ambitious. But they've had a failure in the past. And it took them through a bit of a dark night of the soul. And everybody needs one. It makes us double down on what matters. It makes us see clearly. It humbles us. So if you're curious about this King of Wands and what's making them tick or what they've got going on behind the scenes, they're very motivated to become financially stable, to be good at what they're doing, and to gather as much experience as possible. They're very work focused. And it's because they've experienced a failure or a rejection in that area. And they've walked that dark night of the soul. They've come out the other side by the time you meet them. This is the Hermit card. And they've come out the other side wiser and humble and knowing what they want. So that's kind of the two energies. And I know I didn't go as long on the King of Pentacles. So let's just get one card on the King of Pentacles in case you need it. King of Pentacles is a little more cut and dry, I'll be honest with you. What you see is what you get. What you can expect is that they're not going to make their decisions as emotionally as maybe another king like the King of Wands or the King of Cups. This is somebody who's going to be very practical. And practical in choosing you as well. I'm going to keep that right like this. Yeah, this King of Pentacles is used to kind of being a boss, and they like to call the shots. Libra, you got to assess yourself. You got to ask yourself, are you okay kind of making some of those first moves? Or let me say it this way. I think you'd have to impress this king. They're not going to, they're putting you through a checklist as well. And you may feel a slower energy. You may feel like you don't hear from them as much. They need to feel in control. God, for some of you guys, yeah. They're not going to be offering up, they're not going to be offering up a gift or stability anytime soon. They might even, who is this Queen of Wands to this king? They might even have a bit of a weakness when it comes to another individual. This could be an ex, it could be a partner, it could be a person on the side. I'm not necessarily getting cheat vibes. What is this? false start. Maybe there's another person that is mixed up with this King of Pentacles. And it feels like it's going nowhere, but it introduces a weakness of sorts for them. I'm wondering if that's how they see you. What is this? Okay, this is where the reading splits. There's two versions of this meaning. Either this Queen of Wands that came out of the deck is you, and they see you as somebody very attractive. They have a weakness for you, but I feel that they are not offering you any kind of gift of stability. They're not offering to move in together or anything. I think they feel like it's too slippery of a slope. They feel they're scared of their desire to be an open book. So we've got a little bit of a push and pull here. And that's why you would feel the Hanged Man energy, a slowed down energy. Almost like a procrastination. They see you as their weakness. That's the best way I could say that. Now, another way I could read this is that it's somebody else. It's the same energy. They see this person as their weakness, but they're mixed up in their energy. What does Libra need to know about this? How does this benefit you? Because I know that you're making up your mind about something and who to commit to. How does this help Libra? Why do they need to know about this? About this other energy? Three of Swords. Heartbreak energy. This is somebody that the King of Pentacles is mixed up with, that they're feeling torn with, they're feeling compromised with. But they're trying to move on. They're trying to move on and make new plans. And I think if you're seeing any funky behavior, specifically like if they're quiet or held back, and they're not maybe being very generous with their time or their money, that's why. All right. So, a word of advice for my Libras. Wow. One sec. We have all Wands energy, no Pentacles. What's interesting is that your advice is to reflect on something that was a hard memory, maybe something in the past that was difficult. There's a nostalgic card here, the Six of Cups. And when it comes out upside down, it's talking about reflecting on something that was difficult, because it's going to give you perspective about there is a passionate offer here. I do have to say, this is all saying go towards passion, go towards what excites you, enthusiasm, all that Wands energy. You do have a King of Wands over here who is applying that same energy in their life to get over hurdles, to throw themselves into their work. You are being asked to go towards a passionate, passion-filled offer here. And it holds your hallelujah, it holds this hope, and your prayers are going to be answered through this. The Star card is not a subtle energy. It's a gentle and graceful hallelujah. It's finally here. It's your wishes being granted. but it's not without some tenacity. This suggests that you should stick to something. Believe in something, stick to it. It might be tiring you out, but there's going to be celebrations here with the Three of Cups and the Three of Wands. You're going to make major progress. So whether this is, I don't feel this is the King of Pentacles energy. I'm going to be straightforward. If this is about a person, that's the King of Wands, okay? But you're going to have to interpret that on your own. You are going through what you're going through. But I would say rip a page from this King of Wands book, regardless, and spearhead something. It's like this opportunity, it lands in your lap and you're being encouraged to grab it. All right, I hope that was helpful, you guys. Thank you for being here. Take good care.